up, guys? It's your boy Barca Boy 103. Today we're gonna be doing the match analysis from the match yesterday between Sevilla and Barcelona, where Barcelona walked away with 3 massive points away at the Ramon Sanchez-Pizjuan. We're gonna take a look at some stats from the match, analyze the team's performance, analyze some players' individual performances, and also react to Xavi's post-match press conference and the match reaction of 3 other players as well. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with a quick recap of the starting lineup last night. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back 4 of Kounde, Araujo, Eric Garcia, Alejandro Balde, midfield 3 of Busquets, Gavi, and Pedri, and a front 3 of Ousmane Dembele, Lewandowski, and Raphinha. And of course, there were subs in this match. Roberto came on for Eric Garcia, triple change from Xavi. He brought on De Jong for Pedri, Jordi Alba for Alejandro Balde, Ferran Torres for Ousmane Dembele. Then last 15 minutes, he brought on Ansu Fati for Lewandowski. Now, the front cover of the Catalan newspapers this morning were nothing but praise for the Barcelona performance on the night. Sport came out with the title Exhibition, saying how easy it was, and Mundo Deportivo came out saying Ole Barca. Let's now take a look and analyze the 3 goals that Barcelona scored last night. First one, of course, scored by Raphinha. Great work from Gavi to retain the ball from Eric Lamela. Busquets retained it, passed it quickly to Ousmane Dembele, where Pedri dropped back to create that space. Dembele then made a great run forward using his pace, dribbling ability, laid it off to Lewandowski on the left, who was just onside, went for the glorious chip, was not going to make it in. Defender came back, Fernando, to clear it. Clearance was so poor, it cleared right to Raphinha, who had that open header and put it into the back of the net. Now, the second goal was scored by Robert Lewandowski. It was a throw-in from Alejandro Balde, quick 1-2 with each other. Then Alejandro Balde brought it back to Eric Garcia, sprayed it to Araujo, went to Kounde, of course, where Barcelona usually switches their play when the left side is crowded. But then Lewandowski makes that perfect run into the box. Credit to Kounde as well. He found him, Lewandowski controlled it and put it into the back of the net. And the third and final goal was scored by Eric Garcia, and it was a set piece. Short corner taken by Raphinha. Dembele came out, dragged out the defender, quick 1-2. Raphinha took his time and put in that fantastic cross. Again, it was Jules Kounde at the far post for the assist. Instead of going for goal himself, he squared it for Eric Garcia for that beautiful, easy tap in. Let's now take a look at the full-time stats. Barcelona only had 54% of the possession. Keep in mind, Xavi probably wants around 60, 65, 70 at the best case scenario. And also remember, in that first 20 minutes where Barcelona playing very, very poorly, Sevilla did have 60%. But then after that, of course, Barcelona turned up the gear and put in a great performance. 18 shots in total. 7 shots were on target and 10 of them were off target. 1 blocked. I believe that was from Eric Garcia. 4 corners. Of course, we did score 1 of them. 2 offside, 14 fouls, 4 yellow cards. That is a bit too much for Barcelona, but the attacking stats, Barcelona dominated, big chances created, even big misses. Counterattacks, of course, we did score off 1. Goalkeeper save, shot inside and outside the box. It was all Barcelona, as well as the passing stats. Most passes completed, most accurate passes, most long passes, but very, very few crosses. Barcelona only attempted 10 crosses and completed only 2. Dribbling stats, Barcelona completed a lot of them, but we did lose possession the most in this match, 127 times. Let's now take a look at the SofaScore player ratings. Ter Stegen got a 7.9. Kounde 8.0, Araujo 7.5, Garcia 7.3. I think that's very, very harsh. Alejandro Balde 6.6, Gavi 7.1. Again, very, very harsh. Busquets 7.4, Pedri 7.1, Raphinha 8.0, Robert Lewandowski with a 6.2. What? Can't believe that. And finally, Ousmane Dembele with a 6.7, and also I think Roberto and Jordi Alba off the bench both had a 7.0. Let's now take a look at some of the stats from this match. Firstly, as you can see on the screen, you have the average positioning of the Barcelona squad. Left hand side is the full time with all the players, and then the other side on the right hand side is with the substitutions. Now, firstly, from the starting lineup, as you can see, very, very simple 4-3-3 formation, but look at Kounde, inverted fullback, just like Man City, what he does with Cancelo and Kyle Walker. Pep likes to bring those fullbacks in, where Xavi is doing that with Jules Kounde. Again, Gavi on the right midfield, Pedri on the left. Everything else pretty self-explanatory. But then when the subs came on, the team did look a bit different. You have Frankie de Jong playing just in behind the striker and Ansu Fati, again that most advanced midfielder. You have Varane on the left wing, but again very deep. You have Raphinha still up very high. Roberto at the right back position, very strong. But again, look at Kounde still as an inverted fullback. You have Araujo back as well as the main center back. So you can really tell by this how Xavi wants to have that inverted fullback. That's why we wanted to sign Azpilicueta. That's why, you know, maybe Juan Foyth would have been a good option there as well. But of course, Xavi has to work with what he can do. But that brings the question up about Hector Bellerin. Can Hector Bellerin do this kind of role that Kounde does for Xavi in this inverted fullback position? We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Now, in terms of the heat map for Barcelona, where they were spending most of the majority of their game, 30% was in our own half, 39% was in the middle of the pitch, and 31% in the attacking final third. Now, you can see that Barcelona also went down the right-hand side the most during this match. That can explain why Kounde got 2 assists. Left-hand side, of course, second most used, and down the middle, not used that much. That's why Xavi loves wingers, inverted wingers, to go up, praise creativity, and create chances. Rarely do you see Barcelona go down the middle. Of course, under Xavi, we've barely seen that as well. I think last season we used Aubameyang a little bit to make that, you know, center space more obtainable. But now with Lewandowski, he's going to expect, you know, crosses into the box, chances coming into him instead of him going, you know, deep and creating some chances as well. And on top of Lewandowski, there was some big stats from him coming in from Opta. They came out saying that Lewandowski has scored 5 goals in 4 games in La Liga, becoming only the 3rd player to score 5 or more goals in his first 4 games in competition in the 21st century, after Ronaldo, Cristiano, who scored 5 as well in 2009, and Falcao in 2011, who also scored 5. So keep your eyes on Lewandowski for the Pichichi race. I think Iago Aspas also has 5 goals as well, but Lewandowski, I don't know why, but he's first, maybe he has an assist or something, I don't know. But Lewandowski, without a shadow of a doubt, will be in that Pichichi race until the final day of the season. Next stat is about Gavi. Gavi was involved in 10 fouls against Sevilla, 5 conceded and 5 won. The first Barcelona player with this number in a single Liga match since Neymar against Atletico Madrid in February 2017, where he had 11 fouls in total, 3 conceded and 8 won. Intensity. Again, Gavi with that absolute strong performance in this match. Next up, for the first time since 2019, Barcelona win 3 consecutive La Liga games with a 3+ goal margin. We're on the up right now. Of course, we haven't seen Barcelona win back-to-back games in a long time. Of course, but when we had Valverde as a manager, we dominated the league. Of course, we won back-to-back league titles. When Koeman came in, we can barely string a couple wins around. Again, it'll be like win, draw, loss, win. But again, not with that 3-goal margin. So again, with the 3-goal margin, it shows comfortability that Barcelona are going out there, putting a good performance and winning by a lot of goals, and that's of course what makes champions. And finally, Jules Kounde. Kounde has assisted 2 goals in the same La Liga match for the first time in his 97 appearances in the league, becoming the first player to assist twice in his first league away match for Barcelona in the 21st century. Kounde, again, brilliant performance from him, and of course he could have had more assists from that missed chance, of course, with the header. In the end though, he'll walk away with 2. Let's now get into Xavi's post-match press conference reaction and the match reaction of 3 other players. The 3 other players were Eric Garcia, Raphinha, and Marc Andre Ter Stegen. Let's now get into see what they all had to say. First up is Raphinha, who of course scored one of the 3 goals in this match, and after his last match against Valladolid, where he put in a strong performance, he backed that up again. Let's now get into see what he had to say. Starts off by saying that it was a tough match, but the way we played was the key to our victory. Barcelona should always have the ball, and we could have scored even more goals. We were really happy with the victory, but we have to continue. Personally, I'm very happy. My colleagues helped me to adapt, and we continue to work very hard. My goal is dedicated to my family and my wife especially. She helped me out a lot. Raphinha also talked about him getting his first Liga goal. Of course, he did score in preseason for Barcelona, but that first competitive goal calms down his nerves for more games to come. Next up is Eric Garcia. Again, another fantastic performance from him. Back-to-back games for him as well. Got a goal, but did go off injured, but he did give us an injury update. Let's see what he had to say. He came out saying that, look, I'm not injured. I feel great. I'm very happy to score my first goal and looking forward to the season after a great start. In the dressing room, we always joked that I would never score, but I can now check that off the list. Of course, some great banter there. Eric Garcia also said that, look, the performance is very strong from us, but the most important thing is to stay consistent. And last but not the least is, of course, Marc Andre Ter Stegen, who you could say in the first 4 league games for Barcelona this season, he has been the best player. He came out saying that, look, I feel good, defense is very important for us and we did a good job and we have to keep a clean sheet in every game this season. It's our job. Again, Ter Stegen is on a mission to win his first Zamora trophy. He concluded by saying that, look, we knew they were going to start off strong, of course, them being the home team, and we knew we had to deal with it well, which in the end we did. Let's now get into Xavi's post-match press conference reaction, where of course himself reviewed the game, analyzed it, and gave his opinion on the performance, and of course the players' individual performances as well. Let's now get and see what he has to say, because of course as a manager, his opinion matters the most. Starts by saying that, look, we didn't start the game well in the first 15 minutes, but once we calmed down, we controlled the game and we had chances to score even more goals. This victory is a good sign. We are living a good moment. Asked about Gavi. Gavi does not surprise me whatsoever. I follow him every day in training. I don't want to be unfair to others, but maybe he was the best player in this game. As we all know, we did not expect Sevilla to come out with the 4-4-2 diamond. Of course, they played that 4-1-2-1-2 narrow with Isco that had the diamond to press Busquets, but Busquets, Pedri, and Gavi were very good. They worked hard, and the wing players were very good in this match as well. Dembele is a player I really like with good mental calmness. He also works in defense and supports them like Raphinha and Lewandowski does, who also help their fullbacks a lot as well. We have players who will make the difference, and Usman is in fact one of them. UCL coming up this week. We want to continue to be humble with this result, and we want to continue to improve, and we are on the right path. It is too early to say anything right now. We need to continue to work modestly and achieve results. Lewandowski is not only a goal scorer, he knows how to kick, he knows how to look for the return balls as well. He's in good shape and he's an excellent player. Lewandowski knows how to move, and he's also a solution for his teammates, and this shows how mature he is as a footballer. Kounde at right back, we will see if that will continue or not. Bellerin just arrived, of course, and we've also seen how Sergio Roberto, who's played very well in the last few appearances as well. A win always gives you confidence, but you have to keep going. The Champions League starts on Wednesday, of course, and we won't rest too much, so it's important for us to get the whole team together, and most importantly, rotate. Again, watch out for the lineup on Wednesday. Full rotation is, not full rotation so to speak, but rotation is expected. And finally, Xavi concluded off by saying that Marc Andre Ter Stegen is in a great moment. The defensive line as well. It's a very positive thing when you walk away 3-0 at the Ramon Sanchez-Pizjuan with a clean sheet as well. Something that not many clubs are going to achieve this season. And that concludes Xavi's post-match press conference reaction after the match against Sevilla at the Ramon Sanchez-Pizjuan. Let's now analyze some players' individual performances on the night. I've chosen 5 players to analyze. Those 5 players are Marc Andre Ter Stegen, Jules Kounde, Sergio Busquets, Pablo Gavi, and Raphinha. First up is Marc Andre Ter Stegen, who got a 7.9 SofaScore rating, and as you can tell from his heat map, was of course playing in goal. But as you can see, he gets forward a lot. Look at it, like this, he still has some heat map at the edge of the box. That's where you know sweeper keeper. Played 90 minutes, had 4 saves, 1 punches, had 2 runouts and completed both of them. Had no high claims, and he had 2 saves outside the box. 50 touches, 73% pass accuracy, misplacing 11 passes. He attempted 20 long balls and completed 10. He had 1 clearance and also won his one and only aerial duel. Look, Marc Andre Ter Stegen in this match was superb. That first half save from Rakitic had Barcelona in the match. If that ball would have went in, the game would have been 100% different, and without Ter Stegen in goal, the result definitely could have been different. Next up is Jules Kounde, who got an 8.0 SofaScore rating, and as you can tell from his heat map, was of course playing at right back, but as you can see also, he did shift to the left center back role in the second half when of course Eric Garcia came off. He had 2 assists, 1 clearance, he had the 3 ground duels of 1-1, 3 aerial duels and won both of them. He lost possession 16 times, which I think is very, very poor. That should be at least under double digits in my opinion. He committed 2 fouls, had 64 touches. He had a 78% pass accuracy, but only misplaced 9 passes in total. 2 key passes, he attempted 3 long balls and completed 7. He created 2 big chances, which of course did lead to his 2 assists. He had 1 shot off target, he did the 1 dribble and completed it, and he did miss 1 big chance, which of course was that header, which he squared to Lewandowski. We could have got 4 goals, but in the end, Kounde, strong performance, especially at right back again when he's supposed to be a center back. This is why you spend the big money on defenders. Next up is El Capitano Sergio Busquets, who got a 7.4 SofaScore rating, and as you tell from his heat map, was of course playing as a pivot, but did move advance a lot in this match as well. He played 90 minutes, had 55 touches, 85% pass accuracy, but only really misplaced 6 passes. He attempted 4 long balls and completed 2. He attempted 2 dribbles and only completed 1, but he did attempt 12 ground duels and 1 10. You know, those octopus legs were coming in clutch. Lost position around 8 times. Again, that's pretty standard for any player, with Kounde having 16. That is quite a bit for Kounde, but for Busquets, 8, not too bad. Did not commit a foul, but was fouled 3 times. Had 2 interceptions and 6 tackles as well. This is what you want from a pivot. Of course, Busquets, 7 out of 10 for him. This is a standard Busquets performance, but 12 ground duels attempted and 10-1 is ridiculous. 2 interceptions, 6 tackles, did not commit a foul on the night as well. El Capitano in this match was definitely the silent destroyer. Next up was everyone's man of the match, La Liga, my man of the match, Xavi's man of the match, Pablo Gavi, who got a 7.1 SofaScore rating, as tough from his heat map, was playing more so on the right hand side of the midfield, but was all over the pitch. Played 90 minutes, had 61 touches, 91% pass accuracy, only misplacing 4 passes. He had 1 key pass, attempted 2 long balls and completed both. He had the 1 dribble and completed it. Attempted 14 ground duels and completed 7. So he attempted more ground duels than Busquets. 2 aerial duels and 1-1. Lost possession 8 times. Again, that's pretty standard. Committed 5 fouls and was also fouled himself 5 times as well. Had 1 clearance, 2 interceptions, and 1 tackle. And also, he ran over 11 kilometers during this match. Someone needs to test this guy. This guy's engine, this guy's, mentality, that dog mentality in him is ridiculous. Every single team in the world would love a player like Gavi. He runs for the team, does not stop running, and look at the heat map. He's literally pretty much touched every single area of this pitch. This is why he starts to get ahead of Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong can put up some of these numbers, he can match him, but what he cannot match is Gavi's intensity and absolute engine that he has. And last up is, of course, Raphinha, who got an 8.0 SofaScore rating, and as help from his heat map, was of course playing out right wing, but just drifted a little bit in the middle as well. He played 90 minutes, had 1 goal, 1 shot off target, 3 shots off target, attempted 2 dribbles and completed 1, 51 touches, 83% pass accuracy, but only misplacing 5 passes. He had 3 key passes. He attempted 6 crosses and only completed 1, which I think is very, very low. He attempted 4 long balls and completed 2, created 1 big chance, had 5 ground duels attempted and he won 2 of them. Lost possession 17 times. But again, with an attacker, that's what Xavi wants. He wants that individual quality to show. If he can make it, great. If not, he loses it. That's not our problem. Did not commit a foul, but was fouled once, was offside once, and had 2 interceptions as well. Look, this is a typical Xavi winger performance. Again, you're going to lose the ball a lot because Xavi will rely a lot on your individual brilliance, but once that pulls off, it is fantastic. But one thing for sure in this match that we learned about Raphinha, in my opinion, is that Raphinha should not be taking free kicks. He had his chance. I think he had 3 in this match, skied all 3. That's one thing. But again, that Brazilian flair that Barcelona always, drives for is back in the squad with Raphinha. So overall, final thoughts on the match of Sevilla versus Barcelona, with Barcelona winning by 3-0. Look, very, very strong performance, strong result, clean sheet, 3 goals. You cannot complain. Again, for that first 20 minutes, Barcelona defending for their lives, and keeping that clean sheet will make, of course, the defense even stronger. The chemistry is building, but again, only 4 games in La Liga. We have to stay calm. There are so many games left this season. We can't go say now, oh, bring on Bayern Munich, we're going to win the Champions League. Anything but a treble is a failed. Tranquilo. Great win. We take that 3 points, take the clean sheet as well, and we move on to the next match and continue our momentum. Again, credit to the team for keeping their character in the first 20-25 minutes when they were under pressure. Ramon Sanchez-Pizjuan, the whole entire season's against you. They had, of course, they scored that was offside. That possibly could have messed with their heads as well, but they had a strong mentality, kept their character, and stuck with Xavi's game plan. So that was my match analysis for Sevilla versus Barcelona in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. Your thoughts on the performance of the team, players individually, what Xavi said after the match, those stats as well, all your thoughts down below. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.
Yeah.